The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as the final vote was tallied. Ambassador Zixithara of the Hegemony raised her crystalline appendage, her voice carrying the weight of absolute authority across the assembled delegates. By unanimous decree of the surviving civilizations, all records of the species designated humanity shall be expunged from galactic archives. Their homeworld designation Earth is hereby reclassified as Quarantine Zone Omega-7. No vessel shall approach within 10 light-years of their former territory. The vote had been inevitable. Humanity's brief, violent expansion across the galaxy had ended as suddenly as it began, when their sun mysteriously collapsed into a black hole, taking Earth and billions of humans with it. The remaining human colonies, scattered and leaderless, had been systematically conquered or had simply vanished. Within 50 standard cycles, not a single human remained in known space. Good riddance, thought most of the council. Humanity had been an anomaly, too aggressive, too unpredictable, too dangerous for civilized galactic society. Better to forget they had ever existed. But the universe, it seemed, had other plans. 300 years later, Captain Veltar of the scientific vessel Harmonic Convergence was investigating gravitational anomalies in the Perseus arm when his sensors detected something impossible. The readings showed a massive artificial structure orbiting a neutron star, a structure that predated any known civilization in that sector. "Sir," his science officer reported, mandibles clicking nervously, "the construction patterns, they don't match any known architectural database." Veltar studied the holographic display. The structure was enormous, easily the size of a small moon, and composed of materials that seemed to bend space-time itself. As their ship drew closer, more details became visible. The surface was covered in symbols, patterns that seemed to shift and flow like living text. "Are those star charts?" Veltar whispered. Indeed they were. But not just any star charts. These depicted the entire galaxy with impossible precision, marking the location of every civilization, every homeworld, every important event in galactic history. And threading through it all, like golden veins through marble, were pathways marked with symbols that made Veltar's translator implants struggle. The closest approximation they could manage was the Roads of Remembrance. The discovery sent shockwaves through the galactic community. Within weeks, similar structures were found throughout the galaxy, always in impossible locations, always predating known history, always containing the same mysterious pathways. Dr. Quinnis, the galaxy's leading xenoarchaeologist, led the investigation. Her team found that the structures weren't just star charts, they were something far more sophisticated. Each one contained what appeared to be a complete record of galactic civilization, going back millions of years. But there was something else. Hidden within the data streams, encoded in quantum fluctuations that required advanced technology to detect, was information about a species that had been systematically erased from all other records, the humans. "It's impossible," Dr. Quinnis reported to the emergency council session. "These structures show evidence of human involvement in galactic affairs going back millennia, far longer than our records indicate they existed. According to this data, humans weren't just another species, they were gardeners." The evidence was overwhelming. The mysterious structures contained detailed records of human interventions throughout galactic history. They had secretly guided the development of dozens of species, prevented countless wars, and seeded technology that had accelerated civilization across the galaxy. Most shocking of all, the data suggested that many of the galaxy's greatest achievements, including the Council itself, had been subtly influenced by human hands. "Look at this," Dr. Quinnis said, projecting a holographic timeline. "Every major breakthrough in FTL technology, every peaceful first contact, every resolution to seemingly impossible conflicts, there's evidence of human involvement. They were never conquerors, they were protectors." The revelation that followed was even more staggering. The structures weren't just repositories of information, they were active. As the investigation deepened, the research teams discovered that the quantum-encoded human records were constantly updating, recording current events across the galaxy in real time. Somehow, impossibly, the humans were still watching, still protecting, still caring about the galaxy that had tried to erase them. Captain Veltar was the first to notice the pattern. Every time a species faced extinction, from plague, war, or natural disaster, mysterious aid would arrive. Ships with no registered origin would appear carrying exactly the right supplies, or critical information would surface in just the right place at just the right time. The aid always came from vectors that led back to empty space, to regions where their sensors detected nothing but void. "They're still out there," he reported to the council. "The humans. They never left. They're still protecting us." The final revelation came when young prodigy Dr. Mirahan deciphered the deepest layers of the quantum encoding. What she found changed everything. "The black hole that consumed Earth," she announced to a stunned galaxy. "It wasn't a natural phenomenon. It was artificial. The humans created it deliberately. The data was clear. Faced with their own growing power and the fear it generated among other species, humanity had made the ultimate sacrifice. They had transcended physical existence, transforming themselves into pure information encoded in the quantum foam of spacetime itself. They had become the galaxy's eternal guardians, present everywhere and nowhere, watching over the civilizations they had helped nurture like parents, caring for children from beyond the veil of death. Today, 3 centuries after the vote to erase humanity's name, the galaxy has built monuments on 10,000 worlds. Children of 100 species learn the story of the great sacrifice. The quantum structures, now called the Eternal Archives, are pilgrimage sites where beings travel to leave messages of gratitude. And in the deepest reaches of space, where the cosmic background radiation carries whispers of ancient voices, sensitive instruments sometimes detect patterns in the stellar medium itself. Radio telescopes and quantum sensors pick up harmonics that sound almost like music, like voices singing in perfect harmony. The stars themselves, it seems, remember the name that the Council tried to erase. Humanity. The name that became a promise, a protection, and a song that will echo through the cosmos until the last star burns cold. They tried to erase humanity's name. Instead, they made it eternal.